Thomas? God, that an important engine like me hasn't. Tell me that. Gallivanting off to museums. Bah!
He is old, said James. If the Fat Controller says he can be a museum piece, why should we want him?
It's not fair, though, grumbled Henry.
For a chance like this, he wouldn't have minded being a museum piece himself. The jealous engines all ignored Thomas when they saw him at the junction. Thomas didn't care. He was too excited. Why me? Thomas asked Percy and Toby. Fancy the National Railway Museum people. Where is it? You're wanting me to go there. They've never even seen me. Yes, they have, said Percy.
On television, said Toby. The Fat Controller told us about it.
He and Percy wanted to go with Thomas, but they knew someone had to stay and run the branch line while he was away. How much longer till we go? Thomas asked his driver each morning.
One day less than you asked before, laughed his driver. Anyone would think you wanted to be a museum piece. Thomas grinned.
Gordon, Henry and James are just jealous, he chuckled. Who else is at the museum? Is Flying Scotsman there? Or is Buck's friend, City of Truro?
We'll have to wait and see, said the fireman.
I'll be very surprised if there isn't someone there you can't remember from your old days. And that, of course, made Thomas more excited than ever. At last, the day came. A large crowd came to the junction to see Thomas off, and the Fat Controller was there too.
Goodbye, Thomas, he said.
Enjoy yourself and be a credit to our railway. Everyone gave 3 cheers, and Thomas set off. They ran across the island and over the bridge leading to the other railway. It was a slow journey, but at last they reached the place where Thomas's driver called Carnarvon, where they rested for the night in a big shed. The next day they went on. At Skipton, Thomas went for a drink and to let a goods train overtake them. While they waited, it began to rain.
One set engine attached to a train.
In a signal box a little way ahead, the signalman opened the level crossing gates for Thomas to set the signals to clear. Suddenly you heard a crack and a rattle from the level crossing. The lock on the gate had broken and the wind had swung the gate across the rails. Steam appeared above the trees as Thomas drew near. Wow! Exclaimed the signalman, and quickly resetting the signal to danger, he ran and to mend the gate. Thomas never felt happier. His fire was bright, and even the rain didn't depress him. The rain didn't depress him, guys. We're losing the crowd here. We're losing the crowd. It's all right. Yeah, we're doing it. They neared a signal. Its arm was up, showing that the line ahead was clear. Away we go, puffed Thomas happily. He was passing the signal when he heard a clang, and the signal arm felt the danger.
Whoa, Thomas, called his driver.
Put the brakes hard on. What? Thomas began, but then he just saw in front of him a heavy level crossing gate swinging towards him across the line. The signalman tried to stop it, but the gate was wet. And it slipped from his hand. Ooh, groaned Thomas as he skidded along the rails. Help! I must stop! But the rain had made the rails slippery, and he couldn't. He slithered helplessly. He was still moving when he reached the level crossing, and with a loud crack, the gate broke against his buffer beam. Ouch, said Thomas and stopped. The signalman ran to his telephone and then directed Thomas into the siding. His buffer beam was bent and one of his buffers were broken. You can't go on like that, said the inspector. Not on the railway anyhow. But I'm supposed to be in York tomorrow, wailed Thomas. I know that, said the inspector. Never mind, and I'll see what can be done. And with that, Thomas had to be content.